you? Because the word is in you. But when are we going to do what he has told us to do? Are we going to be as they were in the wilderness? Because their hearts went back to Egypt? We should eat the bread. Eat what bread? The Passover bread. What does the Passover bread do? It leads us into unleavened bread, which leads us into the Feast of Weeks, because we got to count 50 days. 7 times 7 plus 1, that's 50. And for someone who's been enslaved, they understand Jubilee. So the affliction for 50 years must cease, because we have to be released. All things must return to its original order. And Yahweh says, nothing of mine shall be sown beyond return. Oh, yeah. So here we are, a people who have been almost 7 jubilees. 50. 8 jubilees is 400. And this is what he said to us. In the 8th jubilee, I will come and regather you. But the nation that have enslaved you, I am going to judge them. And I will destroy. I will repay, saith Yahweh. So what should we do? Eat the bread. If we don't understand anything else, just eat the bread. Eat the bread, because the bread is in the water. What's in the water? The fish is in the water. What fish? The 153 fish. They shall be known as the sons and daughters of Elohim.
Hallelujah.
We are invited to a feast in the mountains of Israel. I want to be there. I want to go. I want to sit and be in the house of the Master. Yeshua himself will teach us. Yeshua himself will be here to eat the bread of life with us. He is the bread of life. He's also the light that was in the beginning. And he told us he was the bread of life. So why not eat the bread? Come on, give Father praise in the house. My attempt is to show you how there is a law working here, a law of return. And he is bringing a people from every corner of the earth to return to him. Don't give up. Yes, we have been oppressed. Yes, we haven't got that job that we know we're more than qualified for. And we always have to train the one who's less qualified, because they might be a different complexion. But they fit this description that they're really looking for, but they just won't say it. But don't forget, he said 400 years enslaved and mistreated. So what should we do? Follow the plan of redemption. Start with Passover. You have invited people to come. The excuses are always there. They got to a point where they even killed the servant. Yeshua. I told you I wasn't going to go into all of the symbols, but they're there for us to understand. Let me not crank back up. But they're there for us to understand. Everything there. Really, if you just slow down, it is so much. And I really wrestled with going too far into some of it, because there was so much symbolism stuff there, and I just knew that I was probably going to try to stop it some and try to pass through. But just know that there's so much for us in the keeping of the holy days. If you don't do all of them, Remember this. And I'm not judging. In keeping the holy days, it is a law of redemption, a law of return. They connect to one another. It's like an electrical current. If there's a break in any one point, you don't get the electrical transition. So what he's trying to do is bring us from the fall to standing us up as a mighty army. Ezekiel 37. So invite them to eat the bread of Passover, the unleavened bread. But then that also carries all the way through. We have to do the unleavened bread. We have to do the Feast of Weeks. This needs to be big in our life because this speaks about Jubilee. The day of Pentecost, and this is what Yeshua is coming back to handle. He's coming back to call us out of the nations.
Hallelujah.
We got to do this.
Hallelujah.
10 days later, atonement. I know there's a day no man knows the day nor the hour. 7 feasts, and they all start in the middle of the month. Only one starts in the beginning of the month. All of them you eat, but only one you fast. There's messages in here that he's trying to get us to understand, but you'll understand it as you live it. So when we receive atonement, then the bride goes away with the bridegroom. And this is where the 5 foolish messed up. No oil. They run out. And let me make this clear. They have oil, all 10. They have oil in their vessels. But the 5 wise have one thing above them. They had a container with more oil.
Hallelujah.
What is the more oil? When you do over and above what you think we should do. You know, we can't be, coming out of tradition, Jesus, and that's enough. No, he's telling you to do something. He's saying, eat the bread. See, they came out of Egypt with the blood on the doormat. But we were being saved by the blood of the Lamb who was slain for us. And he is inviting us to a dinner. He said, I have it ready for you already. How Jerusalem, how I wish to gather you. So now is the time for us to prepare, because he said that he is prepared for us to meet him at the great feast of the Lamb. Come on, let's give Father a hand. I'm going to stop here.